Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I am so happy you are here today because honey, you're about to find some drugstore gems or low affordable makeup gems under $10. And in this climate, it doesn't get much cheaper than that. So I have pulled the hyped up, best rated, most awesome, amazing makeup that is affordable. And we're gonna be using a full face of makeup with that makeup today. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure and smash that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And let's go ahead and jump right in. All right. First, what we have to do is give Hydrant a shout out. Shout out to Hydrant for partnering with me for a portion of today's video. Let's talk a little bit about that. So this is my Hydrant. It comes in a pack like this. They also have different variants of it. What I like to do with these is add these into my water. I already have one mixed right here. This stuff has 3 times the electrolytes of a sports drinks without the sweetener. So I love that about it. The variety pack comes with blood orange, grapefruit, and lime. It has 3 different flavors in here. I have lime that I've mixed up here. What I like to do is mix it up and set it in the fridge to let it dissolve a little and then drink it throughout the day to get that extra hydration and electrolytes. I will tell you, lime is my favorite. I love citrus things. It's a great way to get all your good stuff in, especially if you're in a hurry. I personally like to drink this right before I do a workout, get on the Peloton bike, whatever that may be, because I tend to work out in the afternoon and I'm kind of sluggish and getting tired at that time. So I like to drink one of these to just get that boost. Also, it hydrates you faster than water alone. It's made with real fruit powder that helps fight daily fatigue that kicks in the afternoon. Also, they have the hot cocoa pack. So this stuff is great because it's also hydrating, has the electrolytes, but it also is great for calming. It has melatonin, magnesium, and other ingredients that help you calm down for a peaceful sleep. It is recommended that you make your little hot cocoa 30 minutes before bed. So I'm gonna be drinking this throughout today's video because I have to film the podcast tonight and I'm gonna be up all night long. I need that hydration. I need that energy. Let's go. Sign up for the subscription of Hydrant's Hydrate Variety Pack and Sleep Hot Cocoa and receive a free pack of the pre-probiotic boosters. So this is usually $67. You guys can get it for $41.98. That is saving 37%. I'll have everything linked down in the description box for you guys to check it out. So we're going to start out with our brows. That way it doesn't mess up our foundation. We're going to be going in with the e.l.f. Soap Brows. This product's around $6. I tried it out in my drugstore video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below, but it is amazing. So what I like to do is actually wet my spoolie. I find that it like really gets the product going. So I've wet my spoolie just a little bit and then I will run it through my brows. I just like to do this because I'm telling you, if you do it like I did it the first time with your foundation already on, it kind of moves around your foundation and you're gonna wanna wipe that excess soap brow off your face. And that way you'll have a smoother overall application. So I'm just running this through my brows and then pushing it up. And by the way, I'm using the LL brush collection today. You guys can grab that at LauraLeeLosAngeles.com. We have it back in stock, but we are already at a low inventory, so check it out. It is 11 brushes plus the makeup bag, but I'm gonna show you how I use the brushes throughout today's video. Okay, and then I like to give these a little press. So there we have it, and what's really amazing is like some of these products are like $21, like the Brow Freeze, and this kind of gets the job done like the exact same way, which is really impressive. I'm gonna go ahead and let those dry before we apply any brow product, and we're gonna move on with primer, and this is the e.l.f. Grip Primer. It is $10 exactly. I used this recently and I was like a little skeptical because of how sticky it is, but I actually like the way my makeup wore throughout the day with it on, especially if you need your makeup to be long wear. This is a good one for you. Girl, it gets so tacky. Okay, just letting that dry down. Now I have to kick it to one of my tried and true products I've been loving. They switched it to a bag, but this is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Probably one of the best everyday foundations for the lowest price. You get this between $6 and $7 depending on what drugstore you go to or what store you go to. But I'm gonna add it to my L11 Kabuki, which is part of the brush set. Here's the crazy thing. I left like the lid off on mine and it's like kind of dried at the top. So I don't know what's gonna happen here today. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Yes, I squeezed it, like I stabbed the top of it and now we got her going again. I haven't used this in a long time. I'm excited to use this. So I'm gonna take this flat top Kabuki. It's sold out individual, but we still have some of these in the brush set, but I'm just gonna push this out. And I find that this brush helps to like build up the product. So this product I would say is more of a light to medium coverage, but I think it is buildable. So like you might get a little less coverage with a sponge, but it's gonna look beautiful either way. It's really great for every day. And if you build it up with a kabuki, you might get a little more coverage out of it, which is what I like. Try not to get it in your hair. All right, we have foundation completed. So now I have to share with you one of my absolute favorite concealers, drugstore or not. It's a favorite. It is the Bear With Me from NYX. I have fallen madly in love with the stuff. It's really good. I've been enjoying the shade Light. It's great for highlighting, and then 220 was the foundation shade. So I'm gonna use my L27 brush to place this where I need it. A lot comes out whenever you pump it, so don't say I didn't warn you. So the concealer is technically $10.99 at Target. It costs a little more if you get it other places. This is my only product that is like a than $10, $10.99. But it's amazing, worth the price. And I'm gonna use my LL Beauty sponge. So this sponge runs $12, but if you use the code LLLA20, you'll get 20% off, which then makes the sponge $9.60. And it is within our price range. It's such a good sponge. I've used mine to death, and I used multiple edges of it too. So we're really brightening the other eye. I like how the concealer brightens and covers, and it's also like so wearable. It's so good. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover the redness on my eyelids with what's left. So I'm gonna add a little bit more where I just have a ridiculous amount of darkness. And then I'm gonna blend that out with my sponge just to get that extra coverage. Gorgeous. Okay, next we're gonna set everything. So I'm gonna use the Halo Glow setting powder from none other than e.l.f. This product will run you about $8, and I think it only comes in pretty much one shade, but it's a goodie. So going in with my L21 brush, I'm literally going to stamp this powder all over my face. What I like about this powder is it's great for setting, but it also has like this little bit of luminous to it, so you're not gonna be too matte. I love going in with powder, especially a lot whenever I have to do a lot like this afternoon, and my makeup's gotta last for a ridiculous amount of time. Like my makeup probably needs to last for like 10 hours today. Now I'm gonna go in with my tapered L23 brush, and I like to kind of really make sure we're setting that under eye and all that concealer so it's not creasing. So I'm going to apply specifically the powder with this brush to press it in. And we're just gonna let that marinate on my under eye for a second and move on to bronzer. So this Essence bronzer has been around for a minute, but my God, it's iconic, and it's $5 around Ulta. This is the matte bronzing powder, and I like to take my L22 brush. So this is like a fan brush, but it's like pretty thick, like a kabuki fan, and I like to just hit my cheekbones with it. It is really pretty in bronzing up the skin. I do find, like I have some other bronzers that are higher end that I like. I do find this one you do have to add a little more product to build it up, but my God, it's like a fraction of the price of some of the expensive ones, so it's definitely worth it. I'm just gonna hit the hairline on the forehead. And I like to go ahead and bring it around my temples right here, and this brush makes it pretty easy to do that. And then I'll also take a little bit of this bronzer here, and I'll hit it along my jawline. And I feel like we're looking nice and bronzy now. So let's move on to a little bit of blush. So the Maybelline Fit Me blushes are so good. There's also good ones by Wet n Wild and e.l.f., but I feel like I've talked about them a ton and not this one so much. So this one's $5 to $6 depending on where you get it. And this one is in Rose. So I'm actually gonna take the same kabuki brush, and this is a really nice blushy pink. And I'm just gonna take it on the top and drape it on my cheeks. So pretty. I love a blushy girl. Blush is in. Okay, let's move on to highlighter. Okay, so this one is by Milani, and as you can see, it is gorgeous. I'm gonna take my L25 and dip in. So if you pick this highlighter up at Ulta, you can get it for 10 bucks. Anywhere else, I think it costs like around 11 to 12. So I think Ulta has got it for the best price. I don't go in as heavy with highlighter as I used to, but girl, I still love to glow. So this one's a really pretty one. I'm gonna get a little on the nose, just right down the middle of the nose. And then I always like to hit the cupid's bow, the chin, and the forehead, just so we get an even glowy look. Now, we're gonna dust away this powder in just a second, but I just wanna take a little bit of that e.l.f. powder and just do that, because what that's gonna do is create kind of a more distinctive line between my bronzer and like where my jawline should start, like cleans up that contour a little bit. And then I'm just gonna take the same brush and just flicker this away. Okay, for brows, ooh, I was able to use this product today because it is currently on sale at Target for $9.99. It normally costs more, but I thought, my God, hopefully it's on sale when the video goes live. But this is the Brow Lift Stick from Maybelline. When I first tried it out, I didn't love it, but using it more and more, I actually do love it. So this one is in the shade Deep Brown number 260. So what I'm gonna do is, because it's this big chunky crayon, I just fill in the brows. It's not as pigmented as you think, so it's not gonna get like messy and crazy. And it's very waxy, so you'll wanna use this little micro brush on the end to kind of brush it through your brows right here. So that kind of helps make it look a lot more natural. And now, if you can tell a difference in my brows, like it looks so much more filled in, looks so much better. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here, but then we're gonna clean up the brows so it looks a little more polished. This is probably like the hands down fastest way to do your eyebrows. And then we're gonna brush through. Okay, let's go ahead and clean these up. We're gonna go back to our concealer. So just going back into the brush, it's a flat synthetic brush that we originally applied the concealer with. This is the L27. We're gonna go ahead and just clean up the business. And now I'm just gonna tap that out with my finger to make sure every little aspect of this is blended so nicely. Now I'm gonna go back in and sweep away all of this powder, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set my face to go ahead and let this makeup melt in. So this is the e.l.f. Girl, you gotta give it a shake. It has a little ball in there. This is the blue light setting spray. I don't know how effective the blue light is, but I actually like the setting spray. It costs 10 bucks and it's pretty awesome. I use a lot of it. As you see, it does kind of have a strong smell to it, but overall, I really like the setting spray. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Love it. All right, let's move on to our eyes. I picked these up from Target. They are a whopping $5 to $6 depending on where you buy them. They have really good colors, really good quality. Last time I used the purple and you guys were like, use this one. So today I'm gonna use this one and we're gonna create a really bomb look. First, I'm actually gonna go in with our bronzer, and I'm doing that because this palette has really warm colors and I need like a basic transition. I need a basic base. Like that kind of has to happen for me. I'm using the L26 brush. This is our big blender just to kind of blend all over. And I'm gonna use this bronzer. You can always use your bronzer as an eyeshadow because it really is gonna create a monochromatic. What is it? I said it right, monochromatic. Look, and chances are if your bronzer looks good on your skin tone, it'll also look good on your eyelids. Next, I'm gonna go in with our mini blender. This is the L28, and I'm gonna go in with this Rust matte shade. A lot comes off, so danger, be careful there. But I used to wear this color literally like every day, like colors like this, and now I stick to more like, not cool tone, but just like more subtle neutrals. But today we're gonna spice it up. And I'm just gonna apply this kind of right where we build upon our transition shade. I'm also gonna go ahead and blend it out on the outer edge of my eye, until you kind of get a look like this, and we're really gonna make it pop with some of the shimmers. You can also go back to your big blender if you wanna soften everything up. If you feel like it's a little harsh or you got too much color going on, it's a good way to soften up your look. So now we have our mattes blended. I'm kind of dying to go in with this beautiful gold color. And they also have the brown. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna go in with the gold. If we don't like the gold, we can always put the copper on top. Going back to our flat brush that already has the concealer on it. This is such a handy thing to do. So then you can just carve out your crease a little with that excess concealer. Just makes the job easy. Like that. And I'm gonna tell you, the less concealer, like I barely have any on this brush, the less you use, the better, because if you get a lot of concealer on your eyelid, things are gonna start to move around and your shimmers are gonna kind of melt down into that concealer. So you're gonna wanna go like just a little bit and really buff it out. So that way everything kind of gets its max pigmentation and your eyelid doesn't get all goopy and creasy from too much creamy product on it. So now I'm gonna go in with my dry L27 flat synthetic brush, And I'm gonna get like a buttload of this stuff on it, okay? And then I'm gonna spritz it. Less fallout anytime you wet down a eyeshadow. And now we're just gonna press it. I have an eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury that I wear all the time. It's expensive and it looks just like this color. I will say this eyeshadow is gorgeous, but it's kind of like a foiled eyeshadow. So it will play well with your finger, but it will have a little fallout. That's just like part of foiled eyeshadows. They're great and you just have to finesse them a little bit. So I'm gonna flick away any of that excess fallout, but that looks so pretty. Like this look looks bomb, and seriously the palette's like $5. That's crazy. So now I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade here and just hit the inner corner and the brow bone. Gonna pop it in right there. Gonna pop it right here, and then lastly we'll go ahead and glow out our brow bone. Next up, I'm gonna take the vinyl liner from NYX. This has been one of my favorite liquid liners for a long time. I would typically go with a brown liner for this look, but I couldn't find one under 10 that's like liquid and brown. So we're just gonna have to do black, but the little brush on here is really, really good. I'm gonna add a false lash and then we'll do another layer of liner on top of the false lash so that way there's no disconnect. So next up, I'm going to add the lashes. I'm gonna curl my lashes and then I'm gonna add this curl bounce from Maybelline. This stuff is $9 and this is what the bristle looks like, a curly bristly wand. And we're gonna add that first and then we're gonna go in with these classic double up wispies from Ardell. These are around $7. I always have to give my lashes a curl, good old curl, to make sure that they do blend in with my false lashes. So if you're adding false lashes or just mascara here, just give them a little curl. Now we're gonna go in with our mascara. I'm just gonna add a few coats. If you're not doing false lashes, you can definitely add more coats of this, but for me, I just really need it to coat the lashes enough to blend them. While my lashes are drying before I add the false lashes, because you do not want to add them onto wet lashes, it's gonna be a disaster and a half, I'm gonna go ahead and add the bronzer in the matte reddish color to my under eye. So going in with the L28, just gonna get that bronzer and blend all this out. So now going in with the Rush shade. The Rush shade actually, like this deep reddish shade in the palette, it kind of comes off way more orangey than it does red. It's still really beautiful. For my waterline, I'm going in with the NYX 2 Timer. This is a pencil liner, retractable pencil liner, and a liquid liner in one, or a felt tip liner in one. So you could use this for both, or you could just use it for one. Now I have trimmed off a bunch of this lash because the Ardells are always really long and I like to focus it more on the outer corner of my eye and less on the inner corner. And I do that because if your lash is going to come loose, it's probably going to be in that inner corner. If it's going to poke you and be uncomfortable, it'll probably be in that inner corner. So if you focus it a little more on the outer corner and less on the inner, the longevity of the lash will be there. Also with the Ardells, you need to bend them because if not, they just like to flicker up. They have such a thin band, which makes them more comfortable to wear for a long time, but you really have to finesse the band or else they will just flicker up and we don't want that. So here's the lash. It's pretty thin. I might add 2 of these and get a little crazy. All right, let's do lips. So I have to talk about one of my favorite lip liners ever. It is the ColourPop X Shayla BFF number 4. They still have it on the ColourPop site and it's $5 and it's a great brown. It's pretty deep brown. So I like to line my lips like this with it, and then I'm gonna go in with the Rimmel number 42. You can get this $8 lipstick. You can get this for $8, and it's the best color ever. You can get it at like Walmart. What a pretty color. Oh my gosh. They also have number 43 just to show you. It's also pretty. It's a little bit of a warmer tone. I'm gonna mix it. It's gorgeous. These lipsticks are what, $8 now? I mean, they used to be cheaper, but my God, is that not the prettiest color? Like, gorgeous. Okay, so lastly, if you want to add a little gloss, this is a $9 gloss. It's called the Gloss from Revlon, and girl, I'm up in this. Just a little. And there you have it. So before I go out, I'll probably double up my lashes because what happened? Because I'm that girl, you know, I am that girl. Like, I need my drama in my lashes, not in my life. This is the final look. I'm gonna hit it with one more, just a little of this spray. I love setting sprays. Just can't get enough of that. And I'm just gonna go back with my liner. I forgot to do this earlier. And like smooth that out a little bit right there. Love it. Okay guys, this is the final look. I think it looks pretty freaking good. It looks like I have high-end makeup on here, and I probably got like $100, maybe a little more worth of makeup on my face, which is amazing. So you don't have to break the bank to look good. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure and smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to check out our friend's hydrant and click my link in the description box down below to save some money. That's it for today's video. Subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.